20. And I saw, and it started with the conjunction and meaning a continuation of what had happened in chapter 19 of the book of Revelation. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him, look at, 1,000 years, a millennium. He was bound for 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, and that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be released a little season. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of men that were beheaded for the witness of Jesus Christ, and for the word of the Lord, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received the mark upon their forehead, or in their right hand. They lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years, but the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that had part in the first resurrection. On such the second death had no power, but they shall be priests of God and of Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. And when the 1,000 years are expired, look at, Satan shall be released out of prison. Satan will be let out of prison. He will be let out of prison. I'll read one more verse. I'll stop in verse 18. And will go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth. Gog and Magog. Gog and Magog represents those opposing God, to gather them together to battle, whose number is as the sand of the sea, is as the sand of the sea, the millennium. Millennium simply means a span of 1,000 years. Now, at this period, people would have increased in number again. The world or the earth would have been populated. There would be no sin in the world. There will be no sickness. There will be no poverty. There will be no lack. There will be no bad news. Why? Because Revelation chapter 20, verses 1, 2, and 3 is close to us. That Satan, the devil, that old serpent would have been apprehended, incarcerated, and put in the prison. By and large, because of his absence, there will be no sin during the 1,000 years of the reign of Jesus, ruling alongside with the church that would have been raptured, the saints. There will be no sin, because the devil would not be there to tempt the people, and no one will be living under his influence. That is very important. Now see, during that particular period, the Bible says in verse 4, I saw thrones. Why thrones? Why not the throne of God? Why not the throne of Christ? The reason is because Jesus Christ will not judge alone. He is going to judge alongside his bride, the church. Those that would have been raptured. Look, remember, Revelation chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 was still speaking of things on the face of the earth. In chapter 4, verse 1, he said, and I saw a door open. That means rapture would have taken place. According to the book of 1 Thessalonians, that would have been taken up into heaven. You need to understand that. So we are going to be sitting on thrones alongside with our group, judging. Now the question is, how are we going to judge? How are we going to judge the people? We are going to judge on the platform of those that have received the mark in their hand or on their forehead. It follows that anyone that has not received the mark of the beast, such people will reign with Christ. The Bible says the first resurrection. Those who will partake in the first resurrection, of course, they will reign with him. But those with the mark of the beast in their hand or on their forehead, at that during the 1,000 years of the reign of Christ, they will not be resurrected. All the sinners from the beginning of the world, they will remain